Once you've got your seasonality data and you've detrended and deseasonalized it and built your model, the next one is, once you've got a weekly staffing requirement, is to try and pop on some sort of daily or weekly profile to the data to generate your staffing requirements. And there's lots of articles on Call Center Helper about how to do that. One of the things a lot of people tend to forget is that call arrivals tend to bunch up around the hour. This is sort of human behavior. And what you find typically is something like 40% of overall traffic tends to happen in the first 15 minutes of the hour, about 30% in the last quarter hour of the hour, and the remainder tends to happen on this period. And you think, why is that? We live in a world where a lot of things are scheduled around the hour. So you get to work, you're scheduled to be at work at 9 o'clock. So you'll make a call to the call center just before you got to work or just after you've got to work. You have your lunch break. You might be calling the call center at the beginning of your lunch break. Those tend to be scheduled on the hour. So you tend to get a lot of stuff bunched up. People go to a meeting. I'll make a call to the contact center before the meeting. So one of the things you've got to look at is that in terms of how you look at your reporting intervals, it's much better if you can report on a 15-minute basis. So you break your call volumes or contact volumes down by 15 minutes. Now, there is one thing you've got to be careful of this, and it's something called overhang. So if your average call duration, for instance, is, say, 25 minutes, average, if you had a very long technical type call, then what you'd find is that you've got effectively calls going on from one period, carry on into the next period, and that will tend to distort your staffing calculations. And a good rule of thumb is that your average handling time should not exceed 50% of the reporting period. So if your average handling time is 7.5 minutes or more, then the 15-minute model won't work so well, and you probably ought to be working on a half-hour basis. There may also be some limitations that your ACD or CCAS system runs on a half-hour output, in which case you need to use that.